right track.
Now
Okay.
you fell on the floor.
There you go. That's okay. He got another one. Says, now we can go. Good. So that's a nice steady walk, but be careful that he plays too much with the connection. You want him to feel steady in it, and you want to feel his mouth. Good. And you sit very nicely. You're right there, right in the middle of yours, but your lower leg sometimes gets too far forward, Caroline. Keep it under you. Nice transition, and no shorter in the neck than that. If he gets any tighter in the neck than that, he will become croup high and lose his hind leg. And the canter is already better in quality than yesterday because you're riding it more, you know. You have to sort of tell him with a little bit of a push each stride to continue to canter. Canter on, canter up, canter on, canter up. Right. And then it wouldn't hurt any if you bent him in the corners. You're going to need to use those corners when you get to the test to prepare him even better. So sneak in another stride there. And think of each corner as a little quarter pirouette. So go in, half fold, turn him, bend him. That's much better. Use every inch available. Good. And then down center line and leg yield to the right and increase his jump, huh? Make him jump to the right rein. Mean it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, you know, I'm the only thing in the ring, so let's not write me down. Can't you? And then, no, you're going to leg yield to the right. I thought you were going to move. Okay, canter on. Now turn and leg yield to the right. Use it. Now go that way. Good girl. Outside rein and left leg and forward over. Forward over. Shorten your snaffle rein, let go of your curb. Don't pull on the curb because he gets too low. Come again. Down center line and over to the right. Left leg, right rein, forward, up, elbows, good. Sit and drive him up. Okay, that's a good quality canter, maybe a tad too fast. Go down the long side in a shoulder in. And start just loosening him up to the right rein. Good. The canter is good in quality. If you can keep that jump and not go quite so fast. And now he's starting to get too deep. That's better. That's where you want him. Good. Better. Shoulder in again. Then a hunches in. Change that positioning of hunches and forehand, Caroline. Yeah, keep him bending. And then you feel, don't push away from the saddle with your seat. Sit and let him carry you. Shorten your reins. Sit and let him carry you. Good connection, right. Bend, bend, bend. Sit, sit, sit. Good. Good. Now hunches in and don't lose him. That's it. Come on, bend, bend, sit. A little more. Okay, and then starting, I want more bend than that for sure in the hunches in. Yeah? Pick on him a little bit. That's the girl. Right. Yeah, he has to look to the left and go around your inside leg and yeah, a little more. That's right. Good. Better. No, he has to look to the left, not the right. That's it. And now start thinking about quarter pirouettes. So you're going to go straight down this long side. Wait, not yet. Let's pick a spot where you're going to do it. This way you will be better organized and focused. This should not be a happening. I need to know where to see your preparation. So you're going to canter down to V on your right. When you get closer to V, you give him a half hold, and then you turn him with 2 steps to the left. Forward, not that much. And is that V? No, V like in Victor. Yeah, get organized. Come on, focus here. Let's go. Go all the way to V. And then once you get there, you tweak that left rein and you turn him with your outside rein and leg and your hips to the left. 2 steps. And then you try to go to P. So from V to P. Half hold, look at P. Look at P, turn your eyes. You did not. You have to look where you're going. Half hold. Look where you're going. Navigate with your eyes. Don't look at him. Half hold, collect him. At C, turn again and come down center line. Quarter pirouette. You have to use more outside rein and leg because that was just a turn. We want to do it in a quarter pirouette. This is a very nice straight canter, I have to admit. Turn left. Very good canter. Turn left, good. Now engage the canter a little more. Stay on the circle around me. Big circle and over the center line, canter in place and prepare for a half pirouette. Over the center line, canter in place, sit, drive him, drive him, drive him, and forward and out. You got it. Okay. First step, I thought he was going to die on you, but then you fixed it. Good. Again, half hold, sit, canter in place, nice, and forward. Super. So out of that, you're going to do a half pirouette left. A half, not a full, okay? And you're going to be cantering the other way on the circle when you're done. So do that over here, over the center line. Prepare, prepare, turn, turn, turn. Go straight, go straight, go straight. See? There you walk, walk. You have to keep your inside leg on and don't try to do it just with your seat because he got really behind your leg when you started to jump around. Sit still. Use your leg and if need be your whip, but don't start leaping up and down and falling over his withers. Canter again. And then start bringing him together and prepare next. Good, good. Now half pirouette left. You're done. Now go forward, go forward. Better. He almost stopped, but you saved the day. Straighten him and let him wait to change until you ask for it. Let him wait to change. Push him to the left rein, sit very still, close your right leg and change. You don't look at the change. No looking down, okay? So let's start again on the circle and prepare. And I want you to be more precise about where you're going to put this pirouette. So you're going to canter around me on a 20-meter circle. And then you're going to put a half pirouette exactly on the center line. Next time around. Here you can just practice your collection. Now when you get to center line here, prepare a pirouette. Sit, drive him up, make him ready, and sit and turn him, and you're done. That's it. I said a half pirouette. Yeah, well, you better listen. Now canter right lead. Half means half. 3 steps, no more. And you're supposed to canter the other way because I want to incorporate the change. Again, half hold, sit, collect. Position right, bend him, turn him, go forward, and stay in the counter canter. No, walk. Okay. So here's the drill. You're going to do exactly what you did. It wasn't a bad half pirouette, except I would have liked him to look in the direction of travel more. Then you're going to circle around me in a counter canter.
So I have to go back that way?
No. You're going to be on the circle here. He's cantering on his left lead, okay? I'm the horse. You're going to start the pirouette here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, forward. Now he's going to counter around me.
Okay, all right.
You got it?
So, okay.
You got it.
So I go
You stay on the circle, and you're going to come, and when you come to the center, your aim is to turn him so that he's going the other way. 180 degrees, not 360. Then you go in a counter canter. So we can micromanage the change. So we can work on changes and pirouettes at the same time. There is a method to my madness, okay?
Yes, I'm just trying to understand the geometry.
Geometry is you stay on the circle. Do not leave the circle, okay? And canter left lead. You need to be more precise in your riding. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. Sit still. Collect him, collect him, collect him, turn him, turn him, turn him, and you're done. And if he cantered through, that would be better. Counter canter. I don't know what you think is behind you. Now look straight and aim for it. Atta girl. Keep going, keep going. Now push him to the left rein with your right leg and then change. And don't kill the canter. Don't kill the canter. Canter on. Legs, okay? Legs on. Move him forward. Don't look. Whoa, walk. Walk, 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 walk. Stop. The horse will get nuts. Don't look down. When he's not going forward, you'd better look up and chase him on. And you have a whip. If he doesn't get it, then touch him with the whip and say, come on, go now. And you need to be able to control where he does the pirouette and then the forward motion, because once he does it, he kills all the impulsion and he doesn't go anywhere. And it's because your seat is trying to do more than your leg. So that's why I want you here when you do the changes so I can see it before we can go on the diagonal. Canter on, right lead, and always keep the forward motion. Don't collect him so much that he stops. That's you choking him to death. Now stay out there. Collect him without killing the hind leg. Feel for it. Go further out. You need a bigger circle, otherwise it's too hard. Good. Now over the center line, next center line, start collecting him, preparing him, sit, drive him to the outside rein, half halt. You're coming too close to me. I don't want you in the middle. Right. Direct the horse. Good. Stay out there. He runs through your right leg. Now prepare to do a half pirouette. Collect him, collect him, collect him, turn him, turn him, turn, and smack him. That's right. Yes, and go forward. Yeah, well, he gets a little mad, so what? Now you're fine. Sit up straight, push him to the right rein, prepare to change, and change. Forward. Don't stand up in the stirrups before you change, because that confused his hind leg. Again, collect him up, stay out. Out. He's falling into the circle. You got to fix that. That means your inside leg, he's not obedient to it. Collect your canter. Good. Prepare to do a half pirouette. Keep him going. Don't pull on him. And forward and out. Now push him to the left rein with your right leg and send him forward, sit still in the change. He sort of changed on his own there. Shorten your snaffle rein a little bit, but don't pull back. Don't pull back. Just feel a nice light feel with your hand. And shoulder in feel. Shoulder in. Shoulder in. Good. That's the girl. Ride the shoulder in. And now collect and do a half pirouette, but don't choke him. Don't choke him. Turn him. Turn him. Turn him. Now go straight. Half halt and then change. Up. Look up. Right leg back. Right leg back. Right leg back. Sit still with your left leg. Good. Now that was a whole lot better. Collect your horse and walk. But you have to be whoops, little more uphill, long rein. You have to have a plan. In other words, you can't just let it happen to you or to him, because that really confuses him. And then you get too strong with the aids and you choke him. And then he can't canter forward. This whole thing was just smoother and with more of a thinking where I go next. And your eyes cannot be looking backwards or down at the horse. When you see it, it's way gone. It's too late. So always thinking forward to the next thing you're doing. So in the middle of the pirouette, you have to start thinking, and now we're going to go out. And then forward to the change. In the change itself, you're trying to do it with your upper body. You know, you're standing up, you're making motions from your seat up, which don't live there. They don't belong there. All you have to do is prepare him properly and push him to the new outside rein so he's straight, and clearly ask him with the new outside leg. It's the only thing that's required. He knows his changes. He's not learning these. And when you try to produce the change with your upper body, you completely throw him out of balance. And that's why he makes mistakes. When you finally sat still and got your outside leg organized, he changed fine. But it's a lot about your body being controlled by your mind. And then he can respond. But when you are ahead of the game or behind, he can't possibly communicate with you. Because this is what we're trying to do, is speak a body language with the horse. This is a silent language. You know, that's how we talk to the horses, by using our bodies. And when your body is not doing what it's supposed to do, he can't respond to it. And then he gets a little frustrated and behind the leg. Okay, so now for the changes, You need to sit really still and ask him to jump in front of your leg. Then, when you get to the next change, you need to still have him straight and engaged enough. But when your body leaps around to accomplish this, you will be so out of balance that he can't get to the next change. So it's not about you producing the change. He has to change. You are going to prepare him and then let him do the change. Follow him. Go with him. Don't try to do it for him. That doesn't work. And it makes him just nervous and worried about where you're going to be next. Okay? You just have to ride it really straight. And he knows his changes. So that's not, and if he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. It's not the end of the world, as long as you don't produce the mistake. That is the end of the world, or at least the end of the changes. Let him walk for a minute and relax, and then we're going to try to go to them before he gets too tired. And the main thing for the pirouettes, the half pirouettes, which is the only thing you want to worry about now. You're trying to go on and do full pirouettes, but before the half pirouettes are manageable, you shouldn't go there. Plus, your goal being right now to do 4th level pre-St. George, stick with that goal now. And don't go beyond it because you'll just confuse yourself. Good, let him just walk for a minute because he works so hard. You know, he goes and goes, he's so intense, he exhausts himself. Good, and your seat where it is now is just fine. So don't change it. Whatever you ask the horse to do, don't try to get out of that position because that's when things go wrong. And the walk is fine. He's nicely on the bit. Yeah, this looks very pleasant right there. So when we start the canter work, you want to pay attention to the straightness, to the energy, impulsion, and how much nice jump he has, because he sort of has 2 canters. He has one that is a little fast and flat, and one that is quite nice in the tempo and rhythm, and really jumps off the ground. And that's the one we want. When in doubt about the canter, do a little shoulder in or a leg yield to up the ante and get him more in the outside rein. So the canter is as good as possible for the change. Slow down a hair, push him up a little bit. Good. And then go across the short diagonal, stay in the saddle, and just give me 1 flying change on the short diagonal. First push him to the right rein with your left leg. Sit still, use your leg, not your seat. Right leg back, and a little whip too if need be. Coordinate. Sit still. Force yourself to sit still. I don't care how long it takes you. Now push him to the right rein and left leg on but quiet. Right leg back and just ask. You got it. And you sit just like that. See, you can stay with the horse. It doesn't matter what he does, but you're not getting out of that saddle. Change your rein again on the short diagonal. And I don't care where you change, but make it look and feel just like that one. Push it to the left rein, sit up straight, good girl. And there, forward. There he was slow behind. I think he tends to be that to the right. So you may have to be a little stronger with your left leg than your right. That's not unusual. Straighten him, forward, quiet, feel it happening, left leg on, half hold. That was a lovely change. The right to left is really good. Now let's fix the other one, shall we? So leg yield to the left leg, to the left, like against the lead, a couple of strides. Leg yield to the left. Good. Then straighten him and ask. Left leg back, set him up, and good. Super change. Half hold, collect him, slowly make him sit and walk. Prepare a good walk transition. A good walk transition. That was not good. That was the worst part of the whole drill. Right? Canter up. Make him sit and wait and then walk. Stay in the saddle. Stay right there, Caroline. Stay right there. Not good. On the last step, he throws himself through the bridle. Put him in a strong shoulder in and make him stay up in front of you. You can do it. Shoulder in, smaller strides. Compact him, compact him, compact him. Yeah, better. You were a little bit abrupt, but that's okay. He's got to learn not to throw himself into the bridle. Now, the good news is that both those changes were quite nice. Good, better, long rein for a moment. So when he's that good, you got to stop, right? You got to praise him. You have to say, okay, good boy, now we can do it again. Those changes, the last three were straight, correct, and through. And you sat still. So when the horse landed, you weren't in his way. And that's the key for keeping going to the next change. So the next thing, we're going to make it a little harder. You're going to go down the long side, either quarter line or along the side, I don't care. But you are going to ask for 2 changes. Now leave a lot of room between them, okay? So that you have time to rebalance the horse and you're sure you're sitting still. But you're going to go change to the outside, change to the inside. If it's easier to do on the quarter line than on the wall, I'm fine with that. But both change. And remember that right to left is easier for him. Left to right, you need to use your left leg a little more vigorously, but not your body. Are you there? Good. So this is important. You have to think like you have to ride him the way that he needs to be ridden. Steady. So then canter left lead, and that's going to be harder now because we're going this way. I would go down quarter line and sit. Plant yourself in the saddle. Push him a little bit over to the left rein with your right leg. Move your left leg back and clear 8. Okay, there you try to do it with your seat. He had good, 2 good changes. Praise him and go on. You still try to do it with your seat. Don't. Half halt, push him to the outside rein, new outside rein, good girl. Half halt, push him to the right rein, right leg back, good. Super. So those are lovely, and you're sitting very nicely in the saddle. Now do 3 of them. Doesn't matter what tempi, but they're going to be clean and straight. Push him to the right rein, right leg back. Sit, sit, good girl. Sit, I don't care what happens, but don't do it for him. Good. Shorten your reins. Don't let him run. Good. And 3 again, if you can fit it in, but don't do it in the corners. That's fine, go to the other side and get, as soon as you got through the corner, prepare. And then 3 changes again. Sit still. Do not move out of position. Good girl. Right rein, right leg. Half halt. Right, left rein, left leg. Sit still. Don't look at it. Good. Change your rein. Go across the diagonal. Straight horse. Half halt. Change. Half halt. Right rein, right leg. Half halt, left rein, left leg. Nothing wrong with that except you scramble through the last change. Shorten your reins. They're always getting too long. Every short side, shorten your reins. Go straight and try to do it every 4th. Now we're going to count. 1, 2, now, leg. 1, 2, now, leg. Up. 1, 2, now, leg. Almost. Okay. Half halt, shorten him up. Whoa, take a hold of him on the short side. Yeah, no, I didn't say stop him, I said shorten him. Sit still, collect him, and now we're going to count. You're going to give him the 8 on number 3, but it has to be well timed or he doesn't have time to listen to you. The canter is good. 1, 2, now, leg. 1, 2, now. No, you're a little bit ahead there. Okay, you had 3 nice 4s, and then you got too quick on one of them. Again, half halt. You have to start earlier now. 1, 2, now. Leg. Wait. 1, 2, now. No, now you're doing 3s. And they were quite nice, but we didn't ask for that. Okay, half halt, sit up, and slow your rate down a little bit. You want to ask on number 3. So 1 is when he first changes. So that's number 1. Now leg. Now leg. That was a little too fast. So you had 2 4s and 2 3s. You need to start thinking on number 3 and get it right. Right rein, right leg, sit. Don't look for it, that's deadly. Feel it. 1, 2, now, leg. That's correct, those were 4s. No, don't ever go to the, whoa, walk. So you had a lot of good changes here, a lot of nice ones. But then you try to suddenly catch him in that corner and do another change to the left. Now that's not going to happen. That's setting him up for failure. There is always another long side coming, right? And we don't care how many times you use the long side. You just go on and do it again until you get it. Shorten the reins and sit. And count to yourself. The first change is number 1. Every change is then number 1. So, 1, 2, no. Forward. He's getting bored with the 4s. He's figuring you should get on with your program. But first we got to get the 4s. Sit back, half hold. Good. Right rein and 1, 2, now leg. 1, 2, now leg. 1, 2, now leg. Oops. Almost. He got a little quick on the last one, but those were good, Caroline. So on 3, you're going to ask. Collect him up a little more, and you're sitting much better. That's it. Sit still, then he can trust you not to get in his way. Half hold, sit up, and get organized sooner. 1, 2, now, leg. 1, 2, now, leg. And forget about it, you're too close to the corner. And then the diagonal. Keep him very straight. Right rein, right leg, change. Start earlier. 1, 2, now, quick. 1, 2, now. Yes, and walk. Those were 3 4s. Walk. Atta girl. Okay. Very good. And this is gone as long as you feel you discipline yourself. First of all, you have to have him organized coming onto the diagonal sooner, or you won't have room to do it. And then you have to count for yourself and not ask on every third. If you want 4s, you ask on every third. If you want 3s, you ask on every second. If you want 2s, which are the easiest, you ask on every stride. That anybody can do that. So the 2s are going to be the easier. Now comes the problem with the 1s, where you have to ask on every second stride. But this is all a matter of timing with your leg. And he is doing exactly what you ask. If you ask wrong, he gives you the wrong answer and the wrong count. He doesn't care. Soon as you ask for a change, it happens. So you need to start and get the 4s organized before you go on, and otherwise you'll get a medley in every. What I really liked was that you never even tried to jump around in the end. You were so busy counting that that became more important, which is fine, because you sat still and kept asking, and then he was much more tuned into you. Then he focused on you because he knew you weren't going to do anything stupid. So he could stay in balance. And this is, you have to sit still and ask, prepare him, get him ready, sit still, ask for the changes. If you do it in this disciplined way for a month or 2, you will have no trouble with him. He has a good change. His canter is better in the change than when he just canters, actually. And this is fine. Yes, he says, boy, I'm a good horse. Yes, you are a great horse. That was too many changes in one sitting, I know, but you were so sweet. Don't do this every day.
He gets so strong, you know, when he feels I'm getting mistakes,
yes,
he gets very strong.
Well, because he gets annoyed with you. When you try, and don't ever go into a corner and try for a change to the outside just because you thought you didn't do enough of them. Shoot yourself in the head. You know, don't set him up for success.
Yeah.
And when you run out of space, don't do it. Just leave it and go around the corner, start over. Because otherwise he just thinks you are unfair. You know, don't put him in this place where he can't possibly do it. You were so good. What a great guy. Yes, you rather think so yourself, huh? I think you like her. She says, yeah, I like her. I'll do whatever she says. It's okay with me. Yeah, he's not the least insulted. Not at all. Yes, yeah, good kid. Walk, and then we'll do a little of the fun stuff. But this was considerably better, but you need to discipline yourself. Nobody else is going to do this for you. And you have to stop thinking of the change as something that you are producing with your upper body, and understand that you have to set him up right and leave him do his job. And it's not the end of the world if he makes a mistake. You just go and do it again.
I have to learn that.
Yeah, that's right. You have to, it's not like of course, every horse makes mistakes in the changes sometimes, even the best in the world. It happens. So it's just you're going to try to erase as many of those mistakes as possible and hope that when you are in a test, they won't crop up.
And more than me worrying about the horse making a mistake, it's more that I don't accept myself making mistakes. I have to accept that.
Yes, of course. You have to correct your ways. It's always about you. The rider is always the one at fault. The horse is never at fault. You can't blame the horse for anything. If you don't ride, the only way that it can get better is to ride better. That's the answer for everything. And there's a million excuses. I listen to it all day. It's the saddle, it's the footing, it's the bridle, it's the bling, it's the in the end, just ride better. And all those excuses will fade away. And so this is where you have to focus on improving your riding. Yeah, he has, three nice, he has the mind of an angel. Absolutely. But it is because he likes you. He really wants to work for you. And he will do this another 500 times in a row if we ask him. Good. Let him walk once, but that was an awful lot of canter, so he needs to breathe a little bit. In the meantime, do you guys have any questions? No? I'm so perfectly clear. That's good. No.
It's always the rider's fault.
It always is. So, that's an axiom. Yeah. Okay, and then pick up your reins. Sorry?
We agree that he has the mind of an
Isn't he
angel.
wonderful?
Yeah.
He's just wonderful. And he would do this till sunset if we asked him, and he would never look to the left or the right. He would never complain. What fun.
I think that once he gets mad, he leaves you out of the ring.
No, I think those days are gone.
Yeah,
He doesn't look like he has any intentions of doing anything but work. Yes.
you want me to keep the chain long, right?
Yes, don't pull on this. That should be at the most at this angle, but never parallel with the ground. So then you go to his nice trot before we ask for anything else. And a lot of the same things apply now when you trot and piaffe and passage. Don't try to produce it for him. Leave him room to do it himself. He knows what he's doing. But just start with a nice trot, right? And then we're going to revisit that bending thing. That's not a trot. I don't know what that is, but it's like a jog. Come on. Trot on. Use your seat. There you go. Good. Good. So start by coming out of the corner and leg yield to the right. But use it a little more like an exercise than a real leg yield. So bend him a little. Leg yield to the right. And position him. Good. That's it. Now half pass back to the left and keep him like that. Now apply your right rein, which you already have him in, and bend and go. Take the whole horse with you. Good job. Now circle at K and set him up for the bend. Bend, steady, steady, outside rein, keep turning. You got it. Close your left hand and half pass right. Little weight on the right foot and thigh, outside rein, keep going. Keep the bend. Good, good, good. I have watched the tilt in the neck, but the bend is okay. Good girl. And straight. Now you lost the bend. What do you do then? When you lose the bend, you go to a leg yield or a shoulder in. Good. Circle down there. Make a circle right where you are. And just keep turning and bending the horse left and right so he follows the curve. There you go. Half pass left, outside rein on the neck and bend and sit and toes forward, outside rein again. Now leg yield to the right. When you lose the haunches, get back to the leg yield, go over to the right rein, outside rein, good. Your reins are too long. If you have your hands right on top of your thighs, the reins are too long. Push him. He's really starting to collect. So you have to accommodate that with the rein length that is proper. Shoulder in on the wall. Half pass left from the shoulder in. There you go. Good. Good in the bridle. Good bend. Well done. Well done. Now straight. Don't lose the impulsion. Go, go. Same thing to the right. Shoulder in, down the wall. So vary the exercises back and forth so he never gets away with just dumbing the half pass down to a leg yield. Shoulder in, left rein. Okay, circle is good. But make up your mind what you are going to do. I can probably follow what you're thinking. So just do what feels that it works. Good girl. Ears level, left leg back. Good, good. Leg yield right. When you start to lose the haunches, it's time to fix it. Push him to the left rein. Good girl. Yeah. And then stay on the circle here and start working on the passage after you come out of the circle. Good. Now start thinking about passage tempo with your seat. Slow him down with your seat. Stay in the saddle. Pick him up with your seat bones. Push down, pick him up. Push down, pick him up. Good. Heels down so and your foot is home in the stirrup. Put it back a little. Sit and drive him. That's good. Little slower, a little more off the ground. Good, Caroline. Okay, somewhere on the short side, make that shorter and shorter and shorter. Slide your legs back a tad and then tap him with your legs and piaffe. Sit still, sit still, sit still. Kick him again. Sit, yeah, that's fine. Sit still. Passage. Push down and bring him forward. That's the most difficult of the transitions for you. You got to pick the right moment here to do that. Timing is everything. Now the passage is quite good. Shorten him a little bit. Make it smaller. Transfer to the leg. Sit still. Tap him with the leg. You got it. See, I really like this because he's forward thinking. Don't get him stuck too much. And passage. He cannot, yeah. And come on. Better. Better, better. Practice makes perfect, huh? Walk and praise him. This is a lot of effort to him. You need to give him a break. And yourself. But that last transition was almost there, huh? It was okay. Yeah, very good. And that transition, piaffe and passage he can do. Transitions is what we work with now, right? Yep, that's important. Good girl. Now we're going to do that the other way when you feel ready. And just like that, very precise. I'm not trying to, you don't want to show off all the bells and whistles necessarily. You want to do it very smoothly, going from one thing to the other. Sit up and close your hands and shoulders back and then trot. Trot. Let's go. Good. Passage. Slow your seat down. Close your legs on him, but mostly seat. Keep the impulsion and come on, Caroline. Half holds. Right. Go right. Come on. Go right into it. Slower. 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 Both. He's crooked to the left. Straighten him or it'll never happen. And slow down. It's always a little harder one way than the other. And that's sort of interesting because you think it wouldn't matter, but it does. Slower, sit, good girl. And now make it a little smaller as you start thinking legs and tap, tap, and a little tap with a super, good girl, perfect. And now push down and pick him up and go, passage, sit, come on, up. There you trotted instead. The out transition is still your biggest challenge here. On the short side, piaffe again. Do exactly what you did last time. That was just perfect. Make it smaller, transfer to lower leg, sit like a queen up there. You got it. And now bring him with you. Seat, 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 and come on, right into it. That still needs a little bit of work and strength. And now you're in it. Good job. Walk. He did plenty for one day. Very good, Caroline. Yeah. Very good work, especially in the canter, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, really good. And this you can make into an art form. He's really, really good at it. It's only the out transition that's your timing isn't just right with your seat, and that'll come too.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Isn't he delightful?
You added a lot into my personal.
Great. Well, I'm glad. I had a great time with it.
Because for me, it is more about personal growth.
Of course.
You know, the horse is great. It's me.
It's always us. It's me too.
When I'm coming along, it's getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But it's always the same. You know, it's me too. It's not about my horse. He tries his best to figure out what on earth I'm up to. But if I don't ride well, you know, what am I going to do? Blame him?
It's the same when I run a business.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Right. You know, if I haven't done my very best and figured it out and helped the horse, like you may help your employees, whatever, then, you know, why is it going to work?
For sure. But anyway, you can keep the microphone for my friend.
I will.
And I give her it.
Okay, you give her that. You are so welcome.
I would like
my
for you
pleasure.
To sign my book.
For sure. Be happy to.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Enjoy the last
Boy,
time.
we got you both pretty wet. I did too. Had a great time. All right. So I'm going to try to, you can organize yourself, and I'm just going to take a tiny break.